Right at the convergence of the Three Rivers on Art Rooney Drive, we welcome you to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Indianapolis Colts and the Pittsburgh Steelers. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
Let's go! Let's go now. I go to base. 5-5.
In your face.
55.
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
55 to Mike. Check. 55 to Mike. I'm not ready. Mike, go.
Third and short yardage for Seth. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Here's Switzer. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Pick it up. Pick it up. Pick it up.
First carry for James Conner. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Mike 50, huh? 65, 65, 65.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down.
Here we go.
They'll try and run for it with Conner. And he's got the 1st down as he's up to the 45-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Well, that was big right there because they're the bottom 5 in the league in converting on third down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, third down conversion. So they got one there. On first down, counter plowing ahead for about 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. A gain of 3, second down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
58, boys, 58. 58 is Mike. Hey, come on.
From just shy of midfield, Rivers, wide open receiver, complete. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A big play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And they're able to strike first here on their opening drive. The extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay. I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's 2 different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get, and then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
Now a pass dumped off to his running back, and this one goes nowhere, losing yardage back at the 22. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Artie Burns, former first-rounder, there to break that one up.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
50's the Mike. Stop your whining. Check. Watch the edge.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Rivers going deep for Moncrief. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Red Delta! Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Quit talking about it and bring it. Mike 50, Mike 50.
On third down, Rivers. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster.
Y'all playing the wrong football.
Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster. And I do believe this is going to wind up a safety. It is. It's a safety. How about that for a wacky play? Wow, what a disaster. You talk about a guy making a good play on the interception and then just trying to be too cute on the return.
It almost felt like his own gyroscope really got out of whack, didn't it? Going backwards into your own end zone after such a great play. Totally disoriented and gave up 2 points for his team.
Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here. Switzer on the return.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Load it! Load it!
To throw again on second down. Rivers. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. A first down there on a pickup of 25. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end.
A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down. Rivers now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Hey, tighten down.
To the air again here, Rivers. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal.
All day, every day.
Rivers again. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd goal. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. After 1, it's 9-0. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they come up now 2nd and goal. Another shot from the 1 on rush coming, and he's taken down. That's sacked by the DN, Danico Autry.
Single, slot. Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island.
They'll try to surge ahead with Connor, and he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on first down, but the defense does not budge on 2nd and 3rd. Now a field goal forthcoming for the Steelers. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will bump up the lead again to 12-0. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
From the 31, Brissett. Got it complete to Rodgers. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. That one, a first down pickup of 8. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Brissett. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
They throw again on 2nd down. This one's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Play fake. Brissett. Funches has it complete. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Out of the gun, here's a give to Mack. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd and 11 now. Brissett plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
And no field goal try here from the red zone offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th.
It's a party now. It's a party now. Mike 55. Shut up. Hey, eat.
Brissett to throw for it on 4th. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Steven Nelson. And he'll get this back across the midfield stripe and down to the 47-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole, because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Darius Leonard able to record his 5th sack of the season. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13.
Let's go, Mike 50. Mike.
Rivers now from the 50. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. So in the 2nd quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Hey, check Mike 50. Mike is a 50. Hey, Mike 7. Man, I got you. Mike 50, Mike 50.
From the shotgun, it's Rivers. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there.
Let's go.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Left.
From the red zone now, Rivers.
Come get some. Come on here. Come get some.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30.
Get him, boys. Yeah, that's how we do, D.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead.
That score is not a game clincher by any stretch of the imagination. But the other team now has to be careful to not let this game begin to slip away.
The PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. This fielded at the 2. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've got nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On first down, they'll stay with Mack on the ground. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. On play action, Brissett. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half.
Mike 50. Army.
On third down, a run by Mack. It's a pickup of 6, but it's not going to be enough. And the punt team's going to be summoned on 4th down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down.
Mike 50. Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. Mike's 50. Let's go.
They're going to try and throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Steven Nelson. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
You're trailing. You're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. Connor on first down going to be stopped up as he'll lose about 3. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Here's Rivers. Throwing left side, it's complete. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Let's go.
And that last reception puts him over 150 yards. So tough to cover a big tight end like that.
It changes the chalk, as one of my coaches like to say, meaning the normal things don't apply. All right, you used to say, okay, there's a tight end going out. We're either going to put a big linebacker on him or maybe a safety and call it a day. Now, because of the strength of that position and the sheer number of catches that they make as well as their dexterity, sometimes you have to put a quarterback on him because he might be the primary guy going out for a pass. It changes what they do defensively, and it's usually not good for the defense.
Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10.
Bang, 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 bang. He's crashing. He's checking. Left, right.
To throw again. Rivers. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Kenny Moore that time there on the coverage. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. On 3rd down, it's Connor. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is indeed good. And that one ups the lead to 22-0. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
This one taken from the 7. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Mike 55, Mike 55.
Yeah, that's what I do.
They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to go deep for Funchess. And that's caught inside the 30. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Right back to Connor here on first. Evades the tackler, and now some space. The 40. The 20. 10. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. James Conner with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. This one fielded at the 5. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
First down, it's Ware. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
Here's a throw dropped off to his fullback, and he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Watch a slant. Watch a slant. Slant. Mike 55.
Brissett now. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Now let's see how the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11.
Push him back. 55's Mike, guys. 55. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. Mike 55. Mike 55. Shut up.
They'll try and throw for it here. And he's got Rodgers. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A gain of 26 and a conversion there as well on 4th down. A couple of first downs have him to the 40 now on 1st and 10.
Watch it to 6. Pull it. High. Watch it. Hayward.
Off the play fake. Here's Brissett. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bud Dupree able to record his 5th sack of the season. They'll run it out of the gun with Mack. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14.
Mike 55. Mike 55.
From the gun, here's Brissett. He's going to go deep for Funchess. That's caught inside the 20. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. A big play there for Indy. 53 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone.
Slam.
From the shotgun, it's Brissett. Touchdown, Colts. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT, and that will shave one more off this lead. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Partner, I know my grade school teachers never would believe this, but I can absorb a lesson. I think there's a lesson in this one. He's having a great day running the football, but occasionally they're going to find a way to stop you, aren't they?
Yeah, this time the defense stepped up in what's been so far a tough game for them. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Connor. And once again, this Colts defense stops him behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Here we go. Here we go.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Got an open man. It's Washington. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
This is brought in at the 21. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Mike 55, Mike 55, Mike 55.
Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me and you. It's just me and you. Where'd it go?
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Brissett. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Mike 55, Mike 55. I don't think you got it, son. Hey, check Mike, check Mike. Watch 55.
You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey.
Out of the gun, Brissett. He's going to go deep for Funchess. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Some boos coming down right now from this home crowd after that call.
Yeah, and that was because of the pass interference call. But for a second there, I thought maybe they'd gotten a look at my appearance as Othello in the high school play.
You were Othello?
Not a good one, let me tell you.
Here's Brissett. Rolling to his... And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. Devin Bush able to get in there and drop him behind the line. On 2nd down now. It's Mack. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal.
Mike 55, Mike 55.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
This is 3rd and goal. Brissett. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th.
Mike 55, right there in the middle, 55. Let's go, D. Let's go. Mike 55.
Now Brissett on 4th down, and that is going to be incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal, and the Steeler D will celebrate the goal line stand. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive? Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preach, it's coach, it's thought about.
Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Colts, so they've got the football, but they've got work to do, trailing here as we begin the 4th quarter. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Starting the drive with a give to Mack. He'll take this up just shy of the 40. Excellent display of footwork on that run. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They keep it on the ground. Mack again. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. The Colts on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Hey, 50. 50's the mic. 50's the mic. Here we go. 6.
Mike 50, Mike 50.
Now Brissett. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively. Brings up 4th down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
You got nothing today.
4th down, Brissett. He's going to go deep for Funchess. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position.
Stay there. 380. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
On 1st and 10 is counted. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch. Is the arm there, the leg's still there? This has been a tough game. And the Steelers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
Red. 58 the mic.
Now Rivers. He's going to fire one deep over. And this is caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
You draw Corker. 58's the mic. Too little, Captain.
58's the mic. 58's the mic.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone. Under 10. Cluster. 10.
That's thrown to Smith-Schuster out wide. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Phillip Rivers with his 3rd touchdown pass of the game. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. So another score there. And often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. That's fielded in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And just shedding it off there. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down. They go play action with Brissett. He'll let this go for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Steven Nelson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage. Use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down. Rivers now 5 straight completions here in this second half. First and 10.
Check 3, check 3, check 3.
Red Delta!
Hey, 58 is a mic. Going 58 is the mic.
Rivers. Looking left side, and it's complete. 23 yards on the play.
Well, go ahead and throw the ball, man. You got the big lead. You got the clock on your side. Obviously, they don't care much about the feelings of the other team, do they?
Well, I was going to say, you better run to the locker room pretty quick after this one.
Well, right now, maybe. They're just looking at it from the fantasy perspective. More points for everyone if they win big.
Rivers on the money, complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, first and 10.
Hey, 58 is a mic. Go 58 is the
mic.
Hey,
Zoo.
Bring it.
Wait, 89.
Rivers on first down.
Stay in the situation. Let's go.
Flush to his right. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Set. Block 15.
He runs, he runs, he runs.
Rivers here to throw. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
There's no doubt in my mind.
And do you hear that? Do you hear the...
It's not scales, right? I don't hear scales. Do I actually hear a tune being warbled?
I think the fat lady's humming.
Yeah, she's doing more than humming. She's belting it out right now.
She's going. She's full bore.
Yeah, this thing is flat out finished.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will swell by 1 more. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Just has it complete. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. So second and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, D.
A first down throw for Brissett. It's caught by Funchess. And he's taken down inside the 30. Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Steelers, they continue to make their case for the playoffs as they move to 9-3. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, this season is beyond salvage now as they fall to 2-10. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.